Roy Rogers,
I was
probably.
Shirley Temple. It came
Roy
with the
Rogers.
cherry. As a kid, you loved the cherry.
You
man.
both got cherry. Well, Roy Rogers
really?
is Coke with the cherry juice syrup,
Oh.
and Shirley Temple is Sprite with the cherry juice.
Oh, I did not know.
Now
I was
you
just
know.
trying to sound smart.
So I like
And
I'm more of a
handled
cherry
it.
Coke guy than.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Anyways,
you know what hero's fallen off? That we just saw second or whatever fourth band Phoenix. Like he was getting first picked in the minor, Hamburg, King's Cup, like everything, and now he's just not first picked. He's barely getting banned even. This is like the first time I've seen him banned. People just falling off on that hero. His laning phase, like
PSG LGD.
because he was so good to be able to disrupt those fights. I mean, it's great when you could jump in and create chaos, and then you force the other team to have to focus away from everything else and onto that chaos, onto that egg. It's a big de facto, but something that they're going to be passing on here.
I think the biggest thing too is like his level 1 ulti is absolute garbage. Like you need level 12 on that hero, and I guess people are finding like, well, we can't just give up 20 minutes of the game for one of our supports. Like this might be a little rough.
Lena comes out, and Lena's been a tremendously successful flex pick for a lot of teams. Really can be as far as what role it's going to be. Oh, you know, fear out that we might put her mid, and that could options from LGD, or they could always fall back and make her a 4 position. Necessary.
Even 3 sometimes if you want. Like you get a good lane. I think we've seen S4's played it, and who was the I know Navi actually played it the minor as well in the off lane. Just one of those heroes that does very I keep saying it, but laning phase, like now that we're at the end of this patch, that's really what this patch is. It's like PLTB laning phase. That like pretty much sums up this patch for me.
In which neither of them have been
thank
banned yet.
Thank you.
So
I wouldn't doubt to see a TB here isn't terrible for PSG LGD. Obviously, Lena is like decent once you go that Ags build, you rip through him, but you have an Axe frontliner, you have a silencer to save him with that global. I wouldn't doubt PL or TB.
Radiant team pick.
In one of the next weeks. Whoa.
Centaur War Runner.
They just don't want to show their carry in their middle. They're like, no, we're just gonna make you show first. We'll counter you.
You'd mentioned yesterday a bit how you're surprised you don't see a whole lot of face Void, but it is the Chinese team pretty often. I'm curious if we're going to be pick at some point in this series.
That's one of those heroes like either looks so good, like oh my god, this 3-man chrono easy kills Sunstriker. It's like oh he whiffed a chrono, it's 120 seconds. Like you don't realize how long that cooldown is until you miss a chrono. Yeah, and you're like god, this hero maybe he's not that good. I don't know, but they make it work.
As I look at the lineup, it does feel like the way out of it. Centaur Axe don't really
could do for Tigers though. Even though I know it sounds like because you have the Magnus to empower, and Lena is very good with the chrono. But I no pick second.
They're coming out, queen of late game, if you will, and Bowser, I'm sure, wincing a bit at that pick. Someone who really likes to hang in the back lines as far as possible to be able to get successful ultimate. Spectre really.
Play normal Dota 2, you better have that R button ready, because if Spectre ults, more than likely you're just gonna smash that ult button, because then it means he can't teleport to you, he can't just instantly kill you. I mean, you have to be pretty damn quick, but if you are, I mean, you can nullify Spectre's ult if it's like just for a pick-off instead of a team fight.
Yeah, but what you have to balance where is the right time to use the global, because if you use it on the Haunt, you got Magnus RP potentially waiting in the wings. So maybe you're waiting for the RP, and then you want to silence, so the Haunt doesn't follow it up. The silencer is definitely going to factor in a lot. Make or break opportunity.
It is interesting though. They pick Spectre into Centaur, right? Like Centaur's ulti is known as like one of the big counters. I don't know, Centaur, right? Spectre casts ulti. You don't, like you said, you don't have to use global. Oh, we just Centaur ulti. Guess what? We're far away from you. We're extremely far gone. But I kind of like him. They'd get the Terrorblade. I mean, kind of. I assume they were gonna do this. I just like their draft already. You have the initiation, Centaur Axe. You have the like defensive play from Bouncer. Now you have probably the best hero on the patch, TV.
I always see like a lot of the meat here, and I just can't. Timber saw to pop out, but I don't know if he's going to be on Tiger's side. Fill that void in some sense, but
curious what Tiger's going to take. I assume it might. Is it? Have they played Max before? We've seen King RD play it. Like, he's the only one? No, I think I've seen one other, but you look at these picks, and it's like they don't want to last pick their 4 heroes. So I think Magnus or Lee. Definitely.
PSG LGD.
All right, that's smart. They can play, and they can play very well. And they instantly Zeus. That is, guess what? They've got global presence themselves. 3 of them: Zeus, Centaur, and Silencer. This is the perfect lineup. Hey, we're gonna roam around as 4. TB, you go have fun in the jungle. You go have fun in some lane. We'll carry the early game for you.
All right, Tigers. What could be that 5th
10
magic
seconds
here to try to...
remaining.
I don't necessarily think it's good, but I could see him going Huskar. Does decently versus Zeus middle. Is okay versus TB in the mid game. But then you're really all in. You do have the Dazzle. Earth Spirit. So they do last pick the 4, so it is going to be mid Lina and off lane Magnus.
I'm always a little suspect of Earth Spirit. It's something that many people have already said at this event, and this is not an era of roaming on the mid laner, where it's been super successful. But Zeus is probably one of the best options for an Earth Spirit to be able to make a move and get that kind of jump. Pretty frail, doesn't have an escape mechanism, so we may see Zephyr go on the move quite a bit, and maybe
Zeus feels so good. Like he's one of the few heroes, like him and Invoker, like so easy to gank middle. One of the few heroes you actually can roam against.
That's the thing, is you got to be able to pull that off. If you're not getting these ganks as an Earth Spirit,
you're failing.
You can't go from there. You can't farm like farming on Earth Spirit. You're waiting to take fights and kind of bulk on that momentum. All right, well, we have the full spread for both teams. Grant, if you were a betting man, let's say, who would you put your chips in on?
Bet on the old horses back in the day. So I mean, probably just PSG LGD. I find them a little bit better team. They have the Terrorblade. Like if I see a team that's really good, they have a Terrorblade and they have heroes that can enable him. Like I don't mean like empower him. I just mean let him farm. You make space for a TB. This guy will farm. It's freaking Ame. Probably the best TB in the world. I give them the edge.
A lot of really good.
There are.
Who would you say top 3 teams?
We'll go some like Ame, definitely top 3. This is a no order. Probably like Ame or TZ, and then
in there?
Nisha. I think I'm not like Morphing's way better than this TP. So I don't even think I'd put him. I'm trying. You know what? I'm gonna randomly spout out another name in the next 5 minutes, and you'll be like, "Why did you just say that?" But it's because it's the 3rd one.
Fair enough. We'll keep that in mind. All right, let's get into it. It's game number 1 of the first series of the day. Day 2, major coverage. We're heading into Group C as Cat.
You know what I was looking at? I'm looking at the courier on Radiant side, and I remember 1437 invited me to that